I've spoken at length before how Yu-Gi-Oh! Was such a big influence on me as a kid growing up, and how I was such a fan of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime series, and then, of course, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime series was a little bit campy. Looking back, it's cheesier than I remember it being, but I still think through nostalgia and through, sheer charm of being Yu-Gi-Oh!, I still feel that it's enjoyable today. I have spoken about Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Duel Academy previously here on Hidden Gems, so today I'm going to talk about a game that goes way back, farther than Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and was actually one of the first Game Boy Advance games that I ever remember getting. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Eternal Duelist Soul. Now, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Eternal Duelist Soul is a phenomenal video game. It's your typical Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. You build a deck, you beat opponents, you get cards, but with this, it's exclusively like the first season. Like, there's no GX, no 5Ds, none of that. It's just straight up like Season 1 to Season 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! And what I like about it is that it sticks to the original sets of cards when the game was first released, before, Yu-Gi-Oh! Became what it is now, when it was just starting out with Legend of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. So the basic premise is that you are a faceless protagonist. Every day you go to the card shop and you can duel a different character from Yu-Gi-Oh! Whether it being Yugi, Joey, Kaiba, Maximilian Pegasus, Yami Bakura, all these different characters. And of course you can fight Yami, Yugi, Pegasus, and then this weird robot machine or something. And with each level getting more and more difficult the farther that you go up the ladder with duelists. So, as far as goals, there's not really any except to, beat all the characters just to say that you did. But what I like about it is that this game was before there was this stupid point system in Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games. For most Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games that I own, there's like this system where you win in-game currency that you can use to buy packs that will give you cards in-game that you can use to edit your deck. And while I don't necessarily hate that, I feel like it slows down the pace of the game and makes grinding pretty much unbearable. For example, with Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Duel Academy, as much as I love that game and I think it's a great game, trying to get really powerful cards can be cumbersome. You have to play a lot of duels, and that can be taxing when you only want to sit down and play a few rounds, but use a deck that you want to use. But Yu-Gi-Oh! The Eternal Duelist Soul, what it does is you can have any card that you want as long as it's coded within the game. So all you do is enter like the physical number that's on like the bottom of those Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, and then you get your card. Now you can only get one copy of each, so you can't walk around with 3 sets of Exodia or 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons or anything like that. But I feel like having all the cards readily available to you from the beginning makes the personal experience better. However, I do admit that not working towards something does kind of make the game pointless. So I could only really recommend the Eternal Duelist Soul strictly on nostalgia, because, every once in a while I do get that hankering to play an old game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Before, like, the X-Seeds and the blue cards came in. And if you're like me and you do kind of miss the old Yu-Gi-Oh! Before it had all these crazy changes to increase the pace of the game, Eternal Duelist Soul will fill that void for you quite nicely. So as I say, if you like Yu-Gi-Oh!, you like old Yu-Gi-Oh!, highly recommend this game. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been another episode of Hidden Gems, and I will see you guys in the next one.